Hey guys, as promised, here are the practice problems for the significant figure notes. Hopefully you tried them and are just here because you might have some questions. So let's see. This first one has us adding a bunch of numbers. Um, Before we do, as I look at them, it looks like this first one here, because there's a decimal point there, has four significant figures. I'm just going to jot that down. This one also has four significant figures, but this number only has one. Um, so as we're looking at these, when we're adding, our number is going to need to have one place past the decimal because that's the smallest amount here. So when we put all these numbers in our calculator, the answer that we get is 6.673 kilograms. But rounding that to only having one place past the decimal, so it's like our smallest one here, we get an answer of 6.7 kilograms. So that should be your answer for that one. Um, this next one here has some addition and some subtraction. But as we see here, the decimal point is at the end, so there are no numbers past the decimal point here. There's one here and two here. Um, so as we add and subtract, when you do that, you get 70.9 milliliters. But because of this number having nothing past the decimal point, our answer also needs to have nothing past the decimal point. So when we round up, we actually get 71 milliliters. So that matches with that. Remember, for adding and subtracting, it's all about that number past the decimal. Now for multiplying and dividing, like we have here, we have a division and a multiplication. We want to look at the total number of significant figures. This number and this number each happen to have four significant figures. So when we divide this, we get 0.04176941 meters divided by seconds. But we need four significant figures. So remember, these front zeros don't count. We start counting here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where my number is going to end. Since this fifth number is a 9, though, we want to round up. So for our answer, we get 0.04177 meters divided by seconds with four significant figures, just like in my problem. Remember, these leading zeros don't count. Now this last one here, this multiplication problem, I have three significant figures in that first number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the second number. So my answer is going to need to have three significant figures because that's the least amount. When I multiply these two numbers together, I get 2,814.50855 kilograms times meters per second. Remember, I can only have three significant figures, so I'm going to have to end right there. But I can't make my answer 281 because look, the answer is 2,814. If you think about that, would you rather have $2,814 or $281? Right? We have to make it so everything is in the same units place. So this is still 2,800 but I can't put a 4 there because that gives me too many significant figures. So what I have to do is put a 0. So that 0 holds the place, so we're still 2,810 because we rounded, but there are only three significant figures in my answer. So as you're working through those, remember that if you get to that point, the 0 is a good placeholder. So I have the same number, 2,800, but it only has three significant figures.